G'day world, Chris Hogan and Andrew Grote coming to you live from Me Media Studio here at Burleigh Heads, and it's episode 69 of Get Fact Up, and we're talking about
personal branding today.
Personal branding. Well, this is going to turn into a rant. Pre-warning, we're probably going to rant.
We're going laptop closed today. All right, let's do it. Rant mode.
So, I guess I want to preface it by saying that I see a lot of experts out there in the world that are going to teach you and I how to build your personal brand, how to become a personal brand, and they are personal branding experts. So, drives me nuts. Absolutely drives me nuts.
Yeah, because let's be honest, it's fairly narcissistic, the idea of personal branding. I think, why would a person want to become more like a brand? It should be more like brands should become more personable. It's kind of the first thing.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. Yeah. And that's exactly right. You know, brands do need to become more personable because people like to deal with people versus dealing with a logo. And knowing the people that work in a certain company is actually really good for business. I think.
and just knowing who you're communicating with and knowing that the people behind the brand are going to be really personable and communicative and all that sort of thing. And I think that's really where the whole idea of personal branding is where it lies, is putting your face to the content marketing and communication that you're having for your business. So it shouldn't be the other way around.
That's right.
The idea of personal branding is it's about basically like quantifying that growth thing. It's about the instant gratification and like the ego factor that we get with all those social media celebrities, but it doesn't necessarily tie into business success, and it's kind of the wrong way to think about it, I think there.
Yeah, and it is, you just alluded to, it is content marketing that needs to be produced by brands. We talk about it all the time. We're very passionate about it ourselves. But, you know, it's the brand being personable and you're giving value. And we always say, you know, make it entertaining, educational, or inspirational, the content that you're creating. And if you do tie yourself to
your personality.
To the content that you create too much and basically say, oh, look, it's Chris Hogan's media, then you've basically built a rod for your back. You're going to have to do it forever and a day.
Yeah, that's right. I think you brought up a good point with Gary Vaynerchuk before. Everyone thinks, oh yeah, the personal branding king. That's not how he started. He wasn't born as the social branding king. He built up an awesome content marketing channel. He worked tirelessly on it for a long, long time. Then once he got success, he started to go into more of the personal branding field.
Well, yeah. So he built Wine Library into a very successful business. It was his father's business. He built that from a $3 million business to a $60 million business. And then he was creating content doing that. He had a YouTube channel on wine tasting. And then he decided, oh, well, I'm going to start a media company, and turned that into a $100 million business throughout the US, in multiple states in the US. And it was only like after many years of doing that, then he decided, oh, yes, I'm going to hire a full-time videographer to follow me around the world.
Yeah, before it really became about the personal brand.
And he does sign everything off. Gary Vee. It's all about the Gary Vee shows and whatnot. But he himself admits that that's how the story went. He built substance behind himself through having business success.
I mean, by that point, too, everybody knew him. So why not just make it a little bit more about him, obviously, there. But he earned that by that point. I think that's the problem, is people, when they think about personal branding, they think they're entitled to some sort of growth there, which you're kind of not. You have to earn that.
Yeah. So even myself, if I was to say, I did 58 Get Fact Up videos last year, so all of a sudden I'm a personal branding expert. So I'm going to teach you how to create your own personal brand, because I did 50 videos. or I posted every day on social media. I did a
Yeah.
selfie every day or a photo of what location I'm working from today.
But what would people achieve from that? Well, people should really be focusing on building up a really good content marketing library.
Yeah.
Well before they think of that.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, delivering substance before then.
So much about substance. I mean, you cannot you cannot build substance behind yourself. You can, a successful business or whatnot overnight. It just doesn't happen. You can't do it in a year.
Yeah.
Like even those successful people out there that have created businesses in, record short time frames. A lot of luck involved. There is a lot of luck. And I talk with, some of my mentors about that sometimes, and we just go, yeah, wow, hat off to him or her. But I think there was a large element of luck. And if you actually talk to those people, sometimes they admit it. Yeah, there was some luck involved.
Yeah, that's it. It's not their personal brand that did that. You have to have a hell of a lot of success before your personal brand can carry you into business success, I think.
Well, so really what we're saying is, can people stop creating a personal brand? Can people stop focusing on personal branding? And what should they be bringing it back to?
Well, content marketing, obviously. And the problem is content marketing is thankless, tiring work. It's a long-term strategy, and people don't really like that. People like the idea of building a personal brand because, you can see that you get that instant gratification from all the likes and all that sort of thing you get, but that's not how it works. Focus on content marketing, and if you want to have your face on it, take personal responsibility for your content marketing. But don't expect people to like it because of you. You have to actually have substance. You have to have substantial content coming out before people will even consider you as an expert.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's what people will start to think. If your content marketing is good, you're going to become an expert on that content, and that's what's going to tie in your personality there. It'll be Chris Hogan, content marketing expert, or Chris Hogan.
And I would never call myself an expert.
But you can't
I would
just say
never
that.
do that because I hate experts, just so you know.
But before you can say that, everyone has to be calling you one.
Yeah.
You can't just claim that.
We are students. We're just always students to an ever-evolving technological space, the world, the marketing that's going on. Be a student. Be a student to change.
Yeah, I think we'd be crazy to call ourselves experts. We're figuring out what we're doing.
Well, isn't an expert a drip under pressure or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if we've brought any value to anybody out there talking about this, but I hope we've given it some context and maybe how it's viewed by just two people in the room, and Steve is actually behind the camera there, and he shares similar views. So that's three of us, and I know some of my mentors actually think the same way. So there's 4, 5. I think maybe we have given you some context and some value around personal branding. And anybody that wants to sell you personal branding or wants to talk to you about personal branding, maybe consider this video as a way to maybe change your mind and change your perception on what it means.
Yeah, I think the important thing is focusing on producing good content, focus on producing good content marketing, I should say. And if you want to take personal responsibility for it, comment, personal message people, email, call people, all that sort of thing. Just work on being more personable.
Exactly. So make your brand more personable. Don't focus on personal branding.
Because the growth doesn't mean anything. It's the quality of your communication. It's what's important there. And if people like you, people like you.
Perfect.
But you have to have good content.
Yep.
First and foremost. Yeah.
Yep. So on that note, I think we'll wrap it up. You're listening to Get Fact Up. I'm Chris Hogan. This is Andrew Grote. That's our personal brand. So bad. And we're here at Me Media, integrated digital marketing agency on the Gold Coast. We produce plenty of content for our clients, and we can produce it for you too. So get in touch if you're keen. Cheers.
Thank you.